The text from Mum arrived while I was in my office, overlooking the Manhattan skyline, reviewing acquisition proposals for my aviation company. Elite Wings, your father's 60th birthday celebration, is this weekend given the recent unpleasantness. We think it's best if you don't attend. The family needs peace, not drama. I laughed quietly, setting down my phone. The recent unpleasantness was me exposing my brother Ryan's embezzlement from the family business. Apparently stealing was fine, but reporting it was drama. My assistant, Sarah, knocked on the door. "Miss Carter, the paperwork for the hangar lease renewals needs? Your signature, I guess, the hangars, the very ones my family used for their private jet. The jet they'd bought from my company 2 years ago before they knew I owned it. They still had no idea that Elite Wings, operating through various shell companies, was mine." I picked up my phone again, checking the flight plan. They'd filed Caribbean vacation right after Dad's birthday party. Of course, first class all the way. Courtesy of the company, money Ryan hadn't managed to steal. "Sarah," I called, "pull up the lease agreement for Hangar 7 at Teterboro." She brought over the file, and I studied the fine print I'd insisted on, including when I sold them the jet. Elite Wings retained the right to terminate hangar leases with 24 hours notice, a standard clause they'd been told just business. Another text from Mum. "Ryan and Jessica have planned something special. Please don't make this difficult. Ryan and Jessica, the perfect children, my younger brother, who'd nearly bankrupted the family company, and my older sister who'd covered for him, but they were welcome at Dad's birthday. They brought peace, not drama." I picked up my phone and called our head of operations. "W, I need you to issue a lease termination notice for Hangar 7 at Teterboro, effective tomorrow. The Carter hangar." He sounded surprised, but they're Elite Wings' longest-standing clients. "Not anymore," I said, looking at the family photo on my desk from happier times. "Also, activate the remote security protocol on their jet, the one that grounds the aircraft." "That's the one," I smiled, remembering how I'd insisted on installing advanced security systems in all Elite Wings, aircraft standard safety feature. I told them. Sarah appeared in the doorway. "Again, your sister, Jessica, is on line 1, says." It's urgent, of course. It was Jessica always called when she wanted something, usually money or favours last time. It was a rush renovation on the jet's interior. Before her friend's wedding, she still had no idea she'd been begging her little sister for help. I let it go to voicemail. Instead, I typed out a reply to Mum's text. "Don't worry, I won't be at Dad's birthday, but you might want to check your flight plans for next week." Then, I turned back to my acquisition proposals. After all, I had an aviation empire to run. Even if my family thought I was just their disappointing daughter who'd wasted her inheritance on a business degree and pilot's license, my phone buzzed again. Probably Jessica having a meltdown about the hangar notice, or Ryan realising his Caribbean escape route was about to be cut off, but I didn't check it. I was too busy being the successful business owner they didn't know existed about to teach them a very expensive lesson about family loyalty. Sometimes karma needs a little help taking off, and sometimes that help comes with wings and a cancelled hangar lease. I pulled up the weather forecast for the Caribbean. Perfect flying conditions next week. Too bad. My family wouldn't be enjoying them the next morning. My office phone started ringing at 7:00 a.m. sharp. I watched the lines light up one by one as my family discovered their perfect vacation plans crumbling. Miss Carter, Sarah, announced through the intercom. "Your father is on line 1. Your mother on line 2, and your sister has called 6 times already. Put Dad through," I said, turning to face the window, where I could see a fleet of Elite Wings jets taking off from the private airport across the river. "What the hell is going on?" Dad's voice boomed through the speaker. "Some company called Elite Wings just cancelled our hangar lease, and the jet won't start something about security protocols." I smiled, remembering all the times he'd dismissed my interest in aviation. "What a shame. Have you tried calling customer service? They say the owner is exercising their right to terminate. We've been clients for 2 years." "Well, Dad," I said calmly, "maybe the owner doesn't appreciate clients who exclude their daughter from family celebrations." A long pause. "What are you talking about?" "Check your jet's registration documents. Look at who owns Elite Wings." I could hear papers rustling, then a sharp intake of breath. Alexander Carter. That's you, surprise, I said softly. Turns out, your disappointing daughter built quite an aviation empire while you were busy defending Ryan's theft. This is ridiculous, he sputtered. You can't do this, Shaylee. It's all in the contracts you signed. Maybe, if you'd taken my business. Degree? Seriously? You would have read the fine print. I hung up as line 2 started flashing again. Mum, making her second attempt. Sarah appeared in my doorway. Your sister Jessica is in the lobby, is quite insistent about seeing you send her up, I said. Time to face the family drama. Head-on Jessica burst into my office 5 minutes later. Designer handbag swinging wildly. What did you do? We're supposed to fly out tomorrow, I gestured to the chair across from my desk. Sit down. Jess, let's talk about family. Loyalty, she scoffed. You're the one who turned Ryan in for stealing millions, I reminded her. Which you helped cover up. He made a mistake. That's what family does. We protect each other. I stood up, walking to the wall where my aviation licenses and business degrees hung. No family tells each other the truth. Family doesn't exclude members from celebrations because they did the right thing. It's Dad's birthday, she pleaded. We just wanted it to be peaceful. Peaceful. Like when you all laughed at my dream of working in aviation, peaceful. Like when you called my pilot's license a hobby, or peaceful like when you helped Ryan cook the books. He fell silent. Finally, looking around my office, really looking at the view, the awards, the evidence of success they'd all ignored. You own elite wings, she said slowly. All this time, the jet renovations I begged for you were begging your little sister. I confirmed the one who wasted her time on aviation instead of joining the family business. Does Ryan know he will... I checked my watch right about when he tries to use his Elite Wings credit card to book another jet and finds it cancelled. Jessica sank into the chair. The Caribbean trip is cancelled, I finished. Consider it my birthday, present to Dad, a lesson in family values. My phone buzzed, Mum's third attempt to call on my desk. The acquisition proposals waited, including one to buy the small regional airline my family often used as a backup. You should go, I told Jessica. I have some business to attend to, more aviation empire building, you know. She stood shakily. Alex, I'm sorry about everything. Are you? Or are you just sorry you can't use my jets anymore? She had no answer for that. As she left, Sarah came in with fresh acquisition documents. The regional airlines board accepted our offer. Should I prepare the paperwork? I nodded, thinking about my family's rapidly diminishing travel options. Yes, and Sarah, send a message to all Elite Wings partners. The Carter family is no longer authorised to charter any of our aircraft. Sometimes lessons come with wings attached, and sometimes those wings get clipped by the person they least expected. I turned back to my empire building. After all, I had a birthday celebration to miss. The morning of Dad's 60th birthday, I sat in my penthouse office, watching the drama unfold through Elite Wings' booking system. My family had spent the last 24 hours desperately trying to arrange alternative travel plans, all of which mysteriously fell through Miss Carter, Sarah called through the intercom. Your brother Ryan is trying to use his backup credit card to charter a jet through our Singapore subsidiary. Decline it, I said, pulling up the real-time tracking of their grounded jet. It sat useless in its soon-to-be-vacated hangar. A $65 million paperweight with my security protocols. Keeping it firmly on the ground, my phone lit up with a text from Mum Alexandra. Please, this is cruel. Your father's whole birthday plan is ruined. I thought back to all the family celebrations I'd attended over the years, sitting quietly while they praised Ryan's business acumen and Jessica's perfect life choices. The sister with the pilot's license was just an embarrassing footnote. Cruel. I typed back, like excluding your daughter from her father's birthday, or like covering up fraud. The reply came instantly. We can talk about this. Come to the house, please, I smiled, pulling up the satellite view of our family estate, the sprawling mansion, where I'd grown up with its private helipad that I'd secretly bought last year through another shell company. Can't, I replied, too busy running my hobby business. My office phone rang, Dad again. This time, I answered the regional airline won't take our booking either, he said without preamble. Did you buy them too? Yesterday, I confirmed, along with the helipad you use and the charter company Jessica suggested as backup. Amazing what you can do with a successful aviation empire. He was quiet for a moment. How big is Elite Wings exactly? Bigger than the family business, I said softly. Even before Ryan's embezzlement, I owned 30% of private aviation services on the East Coast, but you were all too busy mocking my career choices to notice Alex. His voice cracked slightly. I didn't know. You never asked, Dad. None of you did. You just assumed I was failing because I chose a different path. Sarah appeared in my doorway, holding a tablet on it. I could see security footage from the family hangar. Ryan was there arguing with Elite Wing staff about the grounded jet your brother is threatening to call his lawyers. Sarah reported, let him. I said I have better ones. Dad must have heard Alex. Please, we can fix this. The Caribbean trip means a lot to your mother, and your birthday meant a lot to me. I counted funny how family loyalty only matters when you need something from me. I pulled up Elite Wing's client list on my screen. Did you know the governor uses our services? And 3 Fortune 500. Co's that hobby? You all laughed at. It made me a billionaire. The silence on the other end was deafening. But hey, I continued, at least. You have Ryan and Jessica at your party. The good children, the ones who bring peace, not drama. We were wrong, he said finally. About everything about you. Yes, you were. I stood up, walking to my office window where I could see the whole city spread out before me. And now you know exactly what your mistake cost you. Sarah appeared again. Your mother's on her way up. Security called. I nodded. Dad, I have to go. Mum's here to beg for travel privileges. I won't grant happy birthday. I hung up as Mum burst in designer dress and perfect makeup, not quite hiding her desperation. Alexandra, she started. This has gone far enough, has it? I turned to face her, because I don't think it's gone far enough at all. In fact, I picked up the acquisition proposal for yet another regional airline. I'm just getting started. What do you want? She asked quietly what I've always wanted. Mum, respect recognition, a family that values integrity over image. I handed her a folder, the complete documentation of Ryan's fraud, Jessica's cover-up, and my own quiet rise to aviation dominance. Read it, I said, all of it, then decide if excluding me from Dad's birthday was really about peace or just about protecting the family's comfortable lives. She took the folder with trembling hands. Now, if you'll excuse me, I said, sitting back at my desk. I have an empire to run. The jets won't fly themselves. As she left, I pulled up the weather forecast for the Caribbean. Again, still perfect flying conditions, but my family wouldn't be enjoying them. Not today, not next week, not ever again, unless they learned that sometimes the daughter they dismissed as a failure was actually their only path to success. I picked up the phone to call my lawyers. After all, I had a few more aviation companies to acquire. Sometimes, the best revenge isn't just grounding their jets. It's soaring higher than they ever imagined possible,